What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again. It's another episode of the Celebrity Jump. Guys, I really want to talk about this whole situation with Brother Polight. And, Brother Polight was, at least for me, introduced to Black YouTube through Saneter. And Saneter is a legend at what he does. Some people like him, some people don't. But I have a lot of respect for Unc. People get mad at me for always saying that, but Saneter has done a wonderful job, with bringing people on his platform, whether that's been Dr. Umar Johnson, whether that's been, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Brother George Macon, Captain Tazariak, people like that, just a whole bunch of people. And Brother Polight is one of them. Brother Polight is one of them. And Brother Polight is a very talented man. He's a guy that has what we would call the gift of gab. He's a guy that, just like young Pharaoh, Dr. Umar, these guys can really move the crowd. They're debaters and they're intelligent, stuff like that. They know what to say and they can move people to do something. They can catalyze you to act on what they're telling you. And if you look at Polight's rise, which again came through Saneter, you would see him debating in the early 2015, 2016, debating people from different sects of the pro-black community, whether that be the Nation of Islam or the North American Moors, people like that, or whether it be the Hebrew Israelites. He started off, kind of just with the educational things, right? And then he had that big beef with Dr. Umar Johnson. But then, as Polight started to elevate, what we saw with Brother Polight is, something that's kind of the downfall of a lot of black YouTubers and people when they get money. I mean, you see it, with Brother Young Pharaoh, a lot of gold, right? A lot of money. He went to Hollywood, moved out of there. He, trashed where he was from and moved to, to California. It was, had all kind of different women, all kind of different wives. He had white women in the photos, Rolls Royces and stuff. He kind of got beside himself a little bit, right? And one of the people that got blamed for that was Brother Saneter. And then there was some scams that he did and some plagiarizing things that he did. But the latest accusation that he was going through, that he went to jail because his girlfriend's daughter, who's 14, Polight has some contact with her, and we know what type of contact that is. I'm not on here to bash Polight or say that he is guilty of said charges. I don't know. I wasn't there. But would it shock me from what I've seen from Polight? It would not. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the brother or what he's doing. But what I will say is, I want to build on something that me and Brother George Macon were talking about today. Because there are some people that are blaming Saneter for the introduction to Brother Polight. And let me just say this, because through Saneter, I found a lot of people good and bad. Jabari, I found a lot of people that, Dr. Jabari, I found him. I found a lot of guys that he's brought to the table in the black world, man, that are builders. Guys that are influencers from the academics. He brings on people like Chris Broussard. Saneter has dealt with everybody. Everybody knows Saneter on 125th. Denzel Washington knows Saneter. Saneter is a legend. So Saneter is going to bring on the people that can rock, just like me. On my platform, I brought a lot of people that can swing the bat. Kevin Samuels, the lead attorney. I brought people on Donovan Sharp. Let's just say anything happens with any of those guys, or pocket watching with JT. I'm not responsible for that. This is a brother that's talented. I'm letting him swing the bat. Okay? It's the same thing with Brother Polight. Brother Polight is who the people chose. Okay? And that's what we got to deal with. And I'm taking that strictly from the mouth of George Macon. And when I thought about it, it made sense. He is what pocket watching what JT talked about in Black Community Scams. The guy who talks a lot, the guy who says this and that, the guy who is a fast talker, and you give him your money. That's Polight. And we've seen people like that all in the Black community time and time again. These folks don't produce. And then when you find out, or they get accused of doing something, then you want to get upset, you want to be mad, or you want to have a problem. But how are you going to have a problem? These are the kind of people that you guys like in the first place. So when somebody like Brother Polight or Dr. Umar Johnson or whoever else you might think, there's other people that you might feel that I've supported might be like that, you want to have a problem with them. But how? How? These are the people that this is what you like. The people that you don't want to support, though, are the people who actually do the work. Like, for example, Dr. Umar Johnson has been begging money for this school for a long time. There are people in the Black community and that have the experience, but don't have the charisma of a Dr. Umar Johnson, don't have the charisma of a Brother Polight, and they can't get no funding, they can't get no help. Many of our talented people in the Black community, one of the curses that we have is that if you're not a charismatic person, you're going to suffer, you know? And one of the things is, for me, being a charismatic person, I don't use my charisma for evil. That's one thing that God has given me as a gift, to be able to influence people, but he also gave me the gift to discern it and not to abuse what he gave me. Because a lot of folks, if they had, let's say, my particular charisma, they would try to use it to their advantage to hurt people and take advantage of our people. And that's why people are so mad at Brother Polight. Now y'all want to be blaming him, calling him a scam artist and all this stuff. But this is who y'all chose. This is who you chose. And I'm taking this specifically from the mouth of George Macon, my brother George Macon channel. We see it all the time. But I want to tell you guys something, you know, that's listening to me. You know, when people let you down and you want to do things for our people in our community, and you see people like, you know, Polight, or whether it be Young Pharaoh or Umar Johnson or whoever, people like that get pushed to the top of the totem pole and you can't get support, I'll tell you what, you just keep on pressing forward, okay? Because this is a long game. Our people don't understand how important infrastructure is. And if you're a person that you really have a love for our people and you're doing the right thing, eventually over time, that's going to make out. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Don't get mad that, you know, well, Brother Polight, he getting support and I'm not getting support, or Dr. Umar getting support and I don't get support. Think about where you're going to be in 5 years. You do right by our people. Do the right thing for our people. Because many of our people have done the right thing for us. So many of our people have done the right thing to build our people up. It is our responsibility to keep that going, no matter how much or how little recognition for it that we get. It's our job to keep doing for our folks, because our people did everything they could for us. And as a people that we love each other, we love where we come from, we love our ethnicity, it's our job to do for our people. Doesn't matter who they like. And for Brother Polight, you know, I wish, you know, whoever's involved all well. I don't know the story, it will come out. I know Saneter talked to him briefly on the phone about it, but I would say that Saneter is not to blame for this. If there's anybody to blame, if Polight is guilty, then he's to blame. But then the people who chose Polight are to blame, because we always get hit by the grifters of the Black community. And I would, at best, until proven guilty, I think his track record will show that Polight is definitely a grifting type. I'm just gonna call it like I see it. He is I would feel, a Black community con artist. At the very least. Whether he did what he did, I don't know. But Black community scam artist, yes. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first come to the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.